Good morning. Today in group theory we will study permutation group. So first of all, what is permutation? Let S be a finite set having n distinct elements. Then a 1-1 mapping of S onto itself is called a permutation of degree n. The number of elements in a finite set S is known as the degree of permutation. If we consider a set S to be equal to A1, A2, A3 and An, which is finite, then a mapping F from S onto itself, which is 1, 1 and onto, then S is called the permutation of degree n. If image of A1 under F is B1, image of A2 under F is B2, image of A3 under F is B3, and image of An under F is Bn, then it is customary to write a permutation in a two-line symbol as F equal to A1, A2, A3, An in first line and B1, B2, B3, Bn in second line. That is, each element in the second row is the F image of the element of first row lying directly above it. For example, if you define a permutation on the set 1, 2, 3, 4 as F1 equal to 2, F2 equal to 3, F3 equal to 1 and F4 equal to 4, then it is more convenient to express the permutation as F equal to, in the first line we write 1, 2, 3, 4 and the second line we write the images of these elements, because image of 1 is 2 under F, so I have written 2 below 1. Image of 2 under F is 3, so we have written 3. Image of 3 under F is 1, so we have written 1 below 3. Image of 4 under F is 4, so we have written 4 below it. So second line is 2, 3, 1, 4. Now the two permutations F and G of degree n are said to be equal if we have Fe equal to Ga for all A belonging to S. Means images of the two permutations, the two mappings F and G are same for all the elements of the given set. If F is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 in first line and 2, 3, 4, 1 in second line, and G equal to 2, 4, 1, 3 in first line and 3, 1, 2, 4 in second line, then F is equal to G. We observe that image of 1 under F is 2 and in G also image of 1 under G is also 2 because the element below 1 in G is also 2. So F1 is equal to G1. Similarly, image of 2 under F is 3 and in G also the element below 2 is 3. So image F of 2 is equal to G of 2. Similarly, image under 3, image of 3 under F is 4 and element in G below 4 is also 1. So image of 4 under G is also 1. Therefore, F of 4 is equal to G of 4. Similarly, image of 4 is 1. Image of G is also, image of 4 in G is also 1. So we observe that images of all the elements under F as well as G are same. Hence, these two permutations are equal. So hence we conclude one more thing from here. We may put the elements of S in one row in any order we like, and below each element of this row we put down its image under F or G to obtain another row. Means order of elements of first row may be changed, but the element below the particular element should be the image of that element. Any permutation can be written in several ways, as the interchange of column does not change the permutation. If S is a finite set having n distinct elements, then we have factorial n distinct arrangements of elements of S. So there will be factorial n permutations of degree n. If Pn is a set consisting of all the permutation of degree n, then the set Pn will have factorial n distinct elements. And this set Pn is called symmetric set of permutations of degree n, and we also denote it by Sn. If Pn is equal to f such that f is a permutation of degree n, then the set of all permutations of f is called the symmetric group of order of degree n. The set P3 of all the permutations of degree 3 will have factorial 3 equal to 6 elements. For example, I have taken P3 equal to, for the set under consideration is 1, 2, 3. Then we can write 1, 2, 3 in 6. We can arrange the elements 1, 2, 3 in 6 different ways, like 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2 and 2, 1, 3. So P3 is equal to the set of 6 elements. Now the identity permutation. If I is the permutation of degree n such that I replaces each element by itself, then I is called the identity permutation of degree n. For example, 1, 2, 3 in the first row and second row also 1, 2, 3 means image of 1 under a given mapping is 1 and image of 2 under given mapping is 2, image of 3 is also 3. Then this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is the identity permutation of degree 3. Now the product or composite permutation. The product or composite permutation of two permutations f and g of degree n, denoted by f of g, is obtained by first carrying out the operation defined by f and then by g. If f is equal to 1, 2, 3 in first row and 3, 1, 2 in second row, means image of 1 is 3, image of 2 is 1, image of 3 is 2 under f, and g equal to 1, 2, 3 in first row, and in second row we write the images. Image of 1 under g is 3, image of 2 under g is 2, image of 3 under g is 1. Then f of g is equal to, first we will carry out the operation as given in f, then we will carry out the operation as given by g. See, in the first, in f, image of 1 is 3. So we get the element 3. Now in g, the image of 3 is 1. Therefore, we will write f of g equal to 1 and image of 1 is finally 1. Now in f, image of 2 is 1 and in g, image of 1 is 3. So in f of g, image of 2 is 3. For the element 3, image of f of 3 is 2 and in g, image of 2 is 2. So image of 3 is 2 in f of g. So first we carried out operation as given in f, then we carried out the operation as given in g for the element which we obtained by carrying out the operation in f. Clearly f of g is also a permutation of degree n, if f is a permutation of degree n and g is a permutation of degree n. In our example, we have taken f to be a permutation of degree 3 and g to be a permutation of degree 3 and f of g is a permutation of degree 3. Now inverse transformation. Inverse of a transformation is obtained by interchanging the rows of f, because if f of a1 is equal to b1 and f is 1, 1 and on 2, therefore f inverse of b1 is equal to a1 and f inverse of b2 is equal to a2 and f inverse of b3 equal to a3 and so on. So to get the inverse of any transformation, we interchange the rows. Now we will show that symmetric set P3 of all permutations of degree 3 defined on a set A equal to 1, 2, 3 forms a finite group of order 6, the operation being composite of permutations. So we are given a set A equal to 1, 2, 3. It contains 3 elements. So there will be factorial 3 permutations because we can arrange these elements 1, 2, 3 in factorial 3 ways. Factorial 3 means 3 into 2 into 1, which is equal to 6. So we can arrange the elements 1, 2, 3 in 6 ways, like 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2 and 2, 1, 3. So the set P3 is equal to these permutations 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Second is 1, 2, 3 and 3, 1, 2. Third is 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. Fourth is 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Fifth is 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. Sixth is 1, 2, 3 and 2, 1, 3. We denote these permutations by F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6, so that we need not write always all the elements. For convenience, I have denoted these by these symbols. Now we will carry out composite permutations for these elements. So F1 into F1 is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Again, the F1 is 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So F1, if we operate F1 on F1, the resulting element, let's see what is the resulting element. The image of 1 under 1 is 1. And in next, the image of 1 is 1. So the resulting composition is 1 under 1. The image of 2 in F1 is 2 and image of 2 under F1 is 2. So I have written 2 under 2. Image of F1 under 3 is 3 and image of F1 under 3 is 3. So this is 3 under 3. So we get the same permutation. Therefore F1 dot F1 is equal to F1. Now for F1 and F2. Here F1 is 1, 2, 3 in first row, 1, 2, 3 in second row. And in F2 is 1, 2, 3 in first row and 3, 1, 2 in second row. Here first we will carry out the operations given in F1, then we will carry out the operation as given in F2. So the image of 1 is 1 in F1 and in F1 now we get the element 1. So we will locate F1 1 in F2. So image of 1 in F2 is 3. So we have written 1 under 3. Now image of 2 in F1 is 2 and in F2 image of 2 is 1. So I have written 2 under 1. Image of 3 in F1 is 3 and in F2 image of 3 is 2. So I have written 3 and below I have written 2. So the resulting permutation is 1, 2, 3 in first row and 3, 1, 2 in second row, and which is equal to F2. Now for F1 and F3, F1 is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and in F3 first row is 1, 2, 3 and second row is 2, 3, 1. So first we will carry out the operation as given in F1, then we will carry out the operation as given by F3. So in F1 image of 1 is 1, in F2 image of 1 is 2. So I have written 1 below 2. Now image of 2 in F1 is 2, image of 2 in F3 is 3. So I have written 3 below 2. Image of F1, image of 3 in under F1 is 3 and in F3 the image of 3 is 1. So I have written 3 below it. So the resulting permutation is 1, 2, 3 in first row and 2, 3, 1 in second row, and this is equal to F3. So notice one thing, that F1 is the, in F1 first row is 1 2 3 and second row is also 1 2 3, means image of each element is same. That is, F1 is a identity transformation. So when we are operating identity transformation on any transformation, we are getting the same transformation. So F1 is equal to F1, F1 F2 equal to F2, F1 F3 equal to F3. Similarly, we can write F1 F4 equal to F4, F1 F5 is equal to F5, F1 F6 equal to F6, F2 F1 equal to F2, F3 F1 equal to F3, F4 F1 equal to F4, F5 F1 equal to F5, F6 F1 equal to F6. So when we operate identity transformation on any transformation, the resulting transformation is the same. Now let's see what about F2 F2. F2 is 1 2 3 in first row, 3 1 2 in second row. F2 is 1 2 3 in first row, 3 1 2 in second row. So in first transformation, 1 goes to 3 and in second 3 goes to 2. So I have written 1 below 2. For second element 2, the image of 2 is 1 and image of 1 is 3. So I have written 2 below 3. Image of 3 is 2 and image of 2 is 1. So I have written 1 below 3. So F2 dot F2 is F3. Similarly, F2 F3, F2 is equal to 1 2 3 and 3 1 2 and F3 is 1 2 3 in first row, 2 3 1 in second row. So F2, first we will apply the transformation F2 and then as given in F3. Image of 1 is 3 in F2 and image of 3 is 1 in F3. So I have written 1 under 1. Image of 2 in F2 is 1 and image of 1 under F3 is 2. So I have written 2 below 2. So image of 3 under F2 is 2. So and image of 2 under F3 is 3. So I have written 3 under 3. So in first row elements are 1 2 3, in second row elements are also 1 2 3. So we have the resulting transformation is again the identity transformation, which we have denoted by F1 in this example. Now F2 into F4, F2 is 1 2 3 and second row 3 1 2. F4 is 1 2 3 first row, 3 2 1 second row. So image of 1 under F2 is 3 and image of 3 under F4 is 1. So 1 under 1. Image of 2 under F2 is 1. Image of 1 under F4 is 3. So 2 under 3. Image of 3 under F2 is 2 and image of 2 under F4 is 2. So 3 below 2. The resulting transformation is 1 2 3 in first row, 1 3 2 in second row. So this is equal, this we have denoted by F5. Now F2 F5. In F2, elements in the first row are 1 2 3, elements in the second row are 3 1 2. In F5, elements in the first row are 1 2 3, elements in the second row are 1 3 2. So first we will see the image of 1 under F2 is 3 and image of 3 under F5 is 2. So I have written 1 under 2. Image of 2 is 1 under F2 and image of 1 is 1 under F5. So 2 under 1. Image of 3 is 2 under F2 and image of 2 is 3 under F5. So we have written 3 under 3. So the resulting transformation is 1 2 3 in first row and 2 1 3 in second row. So the result is the output is F6. We have denoted this transformation by F6. Similarly, we may calculate other composition. We may apply composition on other mappings also. Means f2 dot f6 is equal to f4, f3 dot f2 equal to f1. Similarly, f3 dot f3 is f2, f3 dot f4 is f5, f3 f5 is f6, f3 f6 is f5, and so on. So first of all, calculate all these transformations, and then we know that to prove that the given symmetric group is a permutation group or not, we will use composition table, because the number of elements in this permutation are finite. The number of elements in P3 are finite, so we will construct a composition table by applying the operation of composite of permutations on the given set. So in first row, to construct a table, in the first row, in the top border row, we will write F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6. And in the left border row, we will write F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6. In the extreme left corner, we will write product of permutations or composite of permutations. Now we will apply this, multiply this F1 and F1, or we will find the composite transformation F1 and F1. So F1, to write the elements of first row, we will apply the composite transformation of F1 on F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6, and there is and as we have calculated in earlier slides, that F1 dot F1 is F1, F1 dot F2 is F2, F1 dot F3 is F4, F1 dot F4 is F4, F1 dot F5 is F5, F1 dot F6 is F6. Then we will apply F2 on F1 in top border row to get the elements of second row, and we get the elements F2, F3, F1, F5, F6 and F4. Then we will apply F3 on top border row, and we get F3, F1, F2, F6, F4 and F5. And then we will apply F4 on top border row, and we get the element F4, F6, F5, F1, F3, F2. And then similarly, fifth row F5, F4, F6, F2, F1, F3. And last row is F6, F5, F4, F3, F2, F1. So to complete this composition table, first of all, actually calculate all these product of permutations. Then after calculating all the permutations, construct a composition table, and then see which, first of all, observe that which two rows are identical. In this table, we see that first row is identical with the top border row, because in both the rows the elements are F1, F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6. Then after observing that first row is identical with the top border row, we see that element on its extreme left, which is F1, F1 is the identity transformation, identity permutation or identity element of the group. Now we mark this identity element in all the rows. In first row, the identity element F1 is in the first column. In second row, identity element is in the third column. In third row, identity element is in the second column. In fourth row, identity element is in the fourth column. In fifth row, identity element is in the fifth column. And in sixth row, identity element is in the sixth column. So after locating these identity elements, mark these identity elements. And in this, I have changed its color to identify where are the identity elements in the table. This will help us to calculate the inverse of elements of P3. So here inverse of F1 is F1 because element below F1 in top border row is F1. Inverse of F2 is F3 because element above F1 in top border row is F3. Inverse of F3 is F2 because element above F1 in top border row is F2. Element inverse of F4 is F4 because element above F1 in top border row is F4. And inverse of F5 is F5 because element above F1 in top border row is F5. Inverse of F1 is F6 because element above F1 in F6 is element above F1 in top border row is F6. Here observe one more thing, whether this table is symmetrical about the main diagonal or not. Here the element in the main diagonal are F1, F3, F2, F1, F1 and F1. Now element on the left of F1 in first row are F2, F3, F4, F5, F6 and below F1 are F2, F3, F4, F5 and F6. So these are same. So in second row element on the right of F3 in second row are F1, F5, F6, F4 and below are F1, F6. It is not F5. Here F4. It is not F6. Here F5. It is not F4. So element on the right of F3 and below F3 are not same. Also third element, diagonal element is F2. Element on its right are F6, F4, F5 and below it are F5, F6, F4. These are also not same. Next diagonal element is F1. Elements on its right are F3 and F2 and below it are F2 and F3. These are also not same. Next diagonal element is F1. Element on its right is F3 and below it is F2. So this composition table is not symmetrical about the main diagonal. Now we come to the properties of a group. Since each element in the table belongs to the set P3, so P3 is closed with respect to composition of permutation. See, all the elements in this table are the elements of a P3. So it is closed under composition of permutation. The elements of P3 satisfy associativity with respect to composition of a permutation, as composition of permutation is always associative. Now, since the first row of the table is identical with the top border row, the element F1 on the extreme left of this row is the identity element in P3. So this is the identity element F1. Now the inverse of F1 is F1, inverse of F2 is F3, inverse of F3 is F2, inverse of F4 is F4, inverse of F5 is F5 and inverse of F6 is F6. So we have seen here inverse of F1 is F1, inverse of F1 is F3, inverse of F3 is F2, inverse of F4 is F4, inverse of F5 is F5, inverse of F6 is F6. So here inverse of F3 is F2 and inverse of F2 is F3 and for other elements the inverse is same. Number of elements in a group P3 is 6. Hence P3 is a finite group of order 6 with respect to composition of permutation. But P3 is not abelian. It is a non-abelian group since the composition table is not symmetrical about the main diagonal. In fact, Pn with the operation of composition of permutation is not necessarily an abelian group for n equal to 2. However, it is abelian for n equal to 2. It may be easily verified by taking a permutation of for any set of set containing two elements. In the early and mid 19th century, group of permutations were the only group investigated by mathematicians. It was not until around 1850 that the notion of abstract group was introduced by Cayley, and it took another quarter century before the idea firmly took hold. Winger's discovery about the electron permutation group was just the beginning. He and others found many similar applications, and nowadays group theoretical methods, especially those involving characters and representation, pervade all branches of quantum mechanics. Thank you.